Earlier today, I spoke with Candace Wesley, the co-founder of Tacoma Ceasefire. They're an organization here that deals with gun violence in the city. And she says that better coordination between the city and community organizations like hers would go a long way in having an effective impact on crime. You can hear it and see it now more than ever. According to Tacoma police, crimes like arson, homicide, and burglary have increased significantly in the past few years.
Of my experience,
Candace Wesley has seen it all before. Wesley remembers seeing violence like this before in Tacoma and has spent decades bringing solutions. She still has fond memories of her time working with the Northwest Leadership Foundation, which provided wraparound services such as youth development to Tacoma's children.
that was the most elite team in the city of Tacoma.
The organization was established in 1989, the same year of the infamous Ash Street shootout, where gang members in Tacoma's Hilltop got into a shootout with several United States Army Rangers in the streets. The incident, along with the rising homicide rate in the following years, led to calls for the city to take action.
What happened in the past.
Incoming Councilwoman Kiara Daniels grew up in Tacoma and still remembers the violence that gripped the city. But she also remembers the actions Tacoma took to stop it.
We had an influx of policing at that point, which I think we've been scrutinized over. You know, we've seen some of the scrutiny over that, but we also had an uptick in community services and community programs for youth.
In the beginning, Wesley says community work made a real impact. But as time went on, things began to unravel.
What happens is when you have something that is working, instead of us coming together collectively and strengthening something that is working, what happens is you find a lot of spin-offs that start to take place and things start to become scattered.
Which led to less funding to go around. Councilwoman Daniels worked in community service before getting into politics, and she felt the impact of that firsthand, along with a lowered sense of urgency.
One of the things I remember is that every year the funding was challenged because it wasn't the main event anymore. It wasn't the most important thing to fund.
But now crime is back on the rise, and Daniel is concerned that without the focused investment into community-led initiatives, Tacoma may not be able to effectively fight back.
We can't be effective if we don't take care of our people. And we can try to get to it from harsher punishments, or we can try to think about that. But when you are trying to survive, none of that matters. And we need to be trying to help people not only survive, but thrive in Tacoma.
Now, Mrs. Wesley says that she's looking forward to working with the incoming police chief of Tacoma, and that she hopes that the solutions that he brings to the city includes the community's input. From Tacoma, Lionel Donovan, King 5 News.